In this video, I'm going to go over lead sheets and how they are explained and how they show up in sheet music. And for those of you who are complete beginners, I'm going to provide a video for a complete beginner and how to get into piano in the description box. This video, now normally my channel is for complete beginners, but I will say that this video is a little bit more intermediate level. It's really for people who do already have a basic understanding of 3-note chords and 4-note chords and majors and minors. They just need to kind of connect the dots in terms of how lead sheets work. So if you are not at that level yet, but you do want to learn piano, I do have a video especially for you where you can get your journey with learning piano from the very beginning started. That video will be provided in the description box. So again, this is a rare video where I will go over a little bit of intermediate level, but again, if you're a complete beginner, please subscribe because 99% of my other videos are for complete beginners like yourself. Now, here is the thing about lead sheets. Now, what are lead sheets? I'm actually pulling up my my iPad, my handy dandy trusty assistant teacher here. My iPad, hopefully my what is it? What is this? Apple Pencil will not die because only 5% left. So what I'm going to do in this video is I'm going to show you some basic lead sheets and how they show up, what each symbol represents, and I'm going to give you some examples of 3-note chords or triads and how the lead sheets would show up for triads, right? And I'll do another video for 7th chords. That will likely be the next video. So lead sheets, for those who don't know, is when you go through either a sheet music book, or you can even be looking at something online where you're trying to get the chords for a particular song, and then you'll see how the chords will be named in what are called lead sheets. So you might see a symbol that might say A, lowercase m-I-n, and then the number 7, or you might see like a, B, D-I-M, 9, and parentheses with a sharp and the number 5. It kind of gets a little crazy, and you're probably wondering, what does all of that even mean? So again, this is how you can read lead sheets. That's what they're called. It's called lead sheets. So if you're looking at sheet music for a regular song book, if you're looking for pop songs or R&B songs, you may see those little symbols or those little letters that pop up on top of certain measures. That is to give you some insight on what chord is occurring in that measure. What it also does is it gives you more freedom in terms of how you play the song. So that means you can either play it exactly as the sheet music is shown, or you can give it your own arrangement. You would just have to stick within the chord that the lead sheet has indicated over that measure. So what do each of the symbols mean? Let's go into, so there's usually 4 parts of a particular lead sheet symbol, right? There's the name of the chord, there is the root, right, of the chord, and then next to it is going to be usually either capital M or lowercase m or nothing at all. Usually when you see that, if you see a letter by itself, well, I'll get into that in a second, but capital M stands for major, lowercase m stands for minor. Anything with regards to music theory, if it's capitalized, it's referring to major or augmented, or if it's minor or if it's lowercase, it's referring to a minor or a diminished. So that's usually going to be the next thing. So it'll be like a major or minor or, again, nothing at all. And then if it's a triad, you usually will not see another number pop up here. If it's a 7th chord, you'll see a 7. But if it's just the root or if it's just the root by itself, then it's probably a major. If you see a capital, lowercase m, it's minor. So I'll get into all of that in a second. Now, if it's, let's say if you have something in parentheses. Let's say if you have a root, and then let's say in parentheses you have, let's say, an altered chord where you may have like a, flat 3. All that means is whatever the root is, the third of that root, wherever it is, you just make it a flat and keep everything else the same. So I'm going to give you some examples of what I'm talking about here. Before I get into that, I do have, now for those who are complete beginners who are still watching this and going, what in the world is she talking about? If you're still here, I do have a piano in 3 steps video that is free for complete beginners if you want to get in the door with regards to learning piano. The 3-step video is free. It will go over everything from beginning in terms of how to name the notes on the keyboard or how to name the keys on the keyboard, and it'll work you up to playing simple chords and melodies both hands together. That video is available in the description box. There's a link to sign up for it, so make sure that you check it out before you leave. Even if you're not a beginner, if you might be interested in checking it out, then feel free to sign up either way. Even if you're not a complete beginner, you might find some value in that video. So here, I'm trying to go back here. So let's say we have the letter C, right? Now, if I have the letter C here, that means that whatever chord we are dealing with is going to have C as the root. It could be a C major, it could be a C minor, it could be augmented, it could be diminished, so on and so forth. So here's what you're going to see. If you have a C by itself, it is automatically a C major triad. Nothing else. There's no 7th chord, there's no 9th, there's no 11th. If it's just the note by itself, if it's the root, if it's like a C, or if it's an A, or if it's a D, so on and so forth, usually it's going to be a major triad every time. C major triad, A major triad, D major triad. I really should make this bigger. I'm trying to get the lighting here correct because it is dark outside and I'm trying to get the lighting. I might be able to brighten this one up here. All right, this is as best as my ring light's going to do. So again, if you see the letter by itself, it's going to be a major triad automatically. Now the good news is here, you can arrange or invert that triad however you want to. That is where you have the freedom to do so, but just stay within that triad. Now, if I have a C or a root, if it says lowercase m, or it may say C, M, I, N, we are now dealing with a C minor triad. Whether it's C with a lowercase m by itself, or it may say C, M, I, N, it is a C minor triad where you have C, E, flat, and G, right? Likewise with the other chords, if it's A, lowercase m, or A, lowercase M-I-N, it is A minor triad, 3-note chord, right? Here's another one that you might see. You might see either the root with a plus sign, or you might see AUG, right? Either a plus sign or an AUG means that you are dealing with what is called a C augmented triad. So again, if you're familiar with triads, you know what an augmented triad is, or you have CAUG, it's still referring to an augmented triad. The other one, the final one that you should know, is if you have the root and you have a degree sign, or it'll say C or the root, D, I, M. They both are referring to a C diminished triad. So that would be C, E flat, G flat. So if you see the degree sign or if you see a DIM, that means that you are dealing with a C diminished triad. And likewise with the other ones, if you see D with a degree sign or a D, DIM, that means you are dealing with a D diminished triad. That is pretty much the scope of dealing with triads. And so I did say if you watch until the end, I'm not sure if I mentioned this, but if you watch until the end, well, this is kind of the end. But because you made it to the end, I do have another video that I think that you will find very valuable, where you can go from beginner to learning piano chords. I will provide a video for that at the top right corner of this video. And if this tutorial was helpful, a few things: make sure that you not only subscribe, but also turn on the notification bar, because just because you subscribe does not mean that you will get notified whenever I put out my weekly videos. So make sure that you turn on the notification bell. I meant to say bell, not bar. I've been doing videos all day. I've been talking about bars and measures. So bell. So turn the bell on so whenever I release a new video, I only release videos once a week, so you won't have to worry about me giving you tons of notifications. So just turn the little bell on and it will let you know when I release a new video each week. Again, if you're a complete beginner, you still want to turn the notifications on because most of my videos are for complete beginners. This is just something that I decided to do a little bit off-brand because lead sheets was requested by one of my, more intermediate level students. So make sure that you do that and also hit the like button. It helps my videos get more views. And if you have any questions, feel free to put it in the comments section. I'd be more than happy to help you there. So thank you for watching. I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Take care.